Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Dripping Springs, Texas, looking at another gorgeous luxury home. And I want to give a huge thank you to the listing agent, Jenny Cureton with Compass, for making this tour possible. I'll be sure to leave all of the information in the description below. Now, starting on the exterior, the first thing you may notice is that modern color palette that you folks are loving right now. So you have the high-pitched roofs along with the painted board and batten and the natural stone accents surrounding the exterior. You are situated on 1.56 acres, so you have plenty of space between you and the neighbor. Now, you will notice the fresh sod, a huge driveway right here, plenty of parking available for all of your guests. Now, what's neat about this home is the cedar right above the window. So you have the cedar headers right above the windows there, adding some nice character to the property. Then you are going to have a 3-car garage here. But what's neat about the home is you're going to have a massive bonus room right above that. We'll see that a little bit later on in the tour. Now, as we continue towards the front door, you are going to have a covered front porch, but you will notice the cedar soffit. So again, a lot of the details inside of here are really what makes this property a 10 out of 10. And of course, I welcome your feedback in the comments below. Now, you are going to have the outdoor lanterns as well. Now you head to this driveway, or this walkway rather, and look how spacious this looks. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get you inside of this beautiful property. Okay, so look how open and spacious it is. Before we continue, as always, we'll turn you around so that way you can see the front door from the inside. Okay, so extremely interactive, open and spacious. You have 12-foot ceilings inside of the great room. Continuing to the kitchen as well, you have that beautiful chandelier hanging down. Then you're going to have a modern ember electric fireplace straight ahead. So very sleek, and you will notice throughout the property the sleekness. Now, you are going to have recessed lights on the exterior as well as the interior. You will see that throughout the property as well. Then, of course, you got that mantle right there. But I'll stand on this side so you can see how spacious it is. So I talk about that quite often, you know, even heading from the great room to the kitchen, it feels endless in dimension. And of course, sometimes the video doesn't do it justice, but hopefully it does. Okay, so now heading inside of the kitchen, family, look at that. You have double islands, marble countertops. You will notice the marble continues up the backsplash, and then we have that ledge as well. But what's fascinating is those glass panes inside of the cabinet doors on both sides. So love the custom cabinetry. You will notice the two-tone cabinets, and then this is what I know you can appreciate, the sink overlooking your backyard. And being on over an acre, what more of a view can you really ask for, right? Okay, so you are gonna have the champagne bronze here. Now, I'll continue and we'll make sure we open up some of these drawers for you. You have like this antique gold style hardware on here, but you do have the shaker style drawers and cabinets. And then you can see the two-tone cabinetry right over here. Now you are gonna have Thor appliances inside. You will notice that in the refrigerator or for the refrigerator, and your range over here. And then look at this massive vent hood continuing all the way up there to the ceiling. So we'll open up some of these cabinets as well. You can see how much storage you get. I know some folks really don't care about that too much, but some of my chefs, you know, they really can appreciate that. Okay, so you are gonna have that soft close mechanism as well. Then you got stacked cabinets on top right over here, and look at the space that you have between you and the ceiling, or the cabinets in the ceiling rather. So you can see it offers a ton of breathing room. And look at that, you're surrounded by all the mature trees that you can imagine, so you still have that privacy. Now, as always, we open up that refrigerator. Got a decent amount of space in there. And then you can even see how much space you have down here in your freezer. Even makes that nice little noise right there, you know? So that's how you know it's brand spanking new. Okay, so a ton of counter space to go ahead and prep all of your food. If you're entertaining, you have the entire family over here. You will not worry about not feeding everyone, right? Now heading into our dining area, look how spacious it is. So I love that they added the additional chairs in here so you can see how much room you have. So you have 10, and I'll talk about it. In a lot of the dining rooms that we go into, it's usually a 6-seater or an 8-seater. So I can appreciate that they have a 10-seater dining table so you can see how spacious it is. Okay. Now on the left side is going to be our laundry room, and to the right is our butler's pantry. So you have dual entry in here. Then again, you got the shaker style cabinets, plenty of storage available. You have additional counter space here, and they opted for the continuation of the marble. So I love that. You even have the door refrigeration right here, your beverage fridge. And then I'll show you this as well. Okay. So a ton of space. We'll go ahead and continue this way because that way is going to be the garage and the bonus room. So I want you to see the 2 bedrooms on this side, and then we'll make our way around. Okay. So here is our first bedroom. Hope this video does it justice. But you can certainly fit a queen bedroom setting here extremely comfortably, even a king bed. And then you got 10-foot ceilings in here. Then you got your walk-in shower. You got your glass pane right over here, but this is going to be that 0 threshold. Unique shower surround with your shower niche, the matte black shower valve and shower wand, or shower head rather. Then over here, you got your white cabinetry with the matte black handles and the toilet paper holder right there. But I love our black leathered granite countertops here and modern sconce. And I believe the rest of the vanities will have that countertop material. Okay, so very similar in dimensions. The hardwood floors continues throughout the home. You'll see that as well. You know, some folks love more the darker stained wood, how we see in here, versus the white oak, which is more of a lighter color, but really just, you know, depends on your personal preference. So similar vanity in here and the sconce, but the difference is you're gonna have a shower tub combo, but you still have that matte black in here. And then as I pan you around over here, you got your walk-in closet combination. So this is the second time we've been to Dripping Springs and seen some beautiful properties out here. And I tell you, every time I come out here, it's nothing but that peaceful feel that folks are really looking for. And if you've been to Dripping Springs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't and you are in the Austin metro area, just go ahead and head out there, or head out here rather, and let me know what you think. Okay, so if you haven't guessed it yet, this is leading to our private suite. But before we go there, you head down your hallway here. And I know that sun is beaming, but hopefully you can still see the room itself. So now heading into our study, you got your French doors. This is already painted, as you can see, but you have a wallpaper on this side. And then, you know, if you've been peeping out the window, you can see the mature trees surrounding every angle of the property. But extremely spacious inside of here. Now, as we continue down the hallway, this is going to be heading to our powder bath. Then you're going to have that pocket door right over here, right? But as I continue this way, look at that marble vanity we had seen, that modern sconce, and look at the ceilings in here. And I know you can appreciate that pocket door. Just has that sleek look and feel. Now you're going to have a quick access door right over here leading to your backyard patio. Look how roomy and spacious that is. And you know, as always, we'll get to that towards the end of the tour. Before we head into our primary suite, you got some additional cabinetry right over here and right above there, but they did keep that antique style, or those antique style handles. Okay, look at this. So of course you got your king size bed, your pendant lights hanging down above your nightstands. You got the massive ceilings in here, recessed lights, almost like a private retreat. And then the fact that it's, quite a distance away from the common areas, the great room and the kitchen where all the folks are going to be. You have that peace and tranquility. And, if for some reason you're getting tired of your guests, you just go ahead and head over here, take a quick break. Okay, so now heading into our ensuite. Look at this, family. Got your dual sinks in here. Now, this is the first we're seeing it, but you have the champagne bronze as far as the sink is concerned, and then you have the mirror frame right over there too, matching. So haven't seen the champagne bronze mirror frame before, but I love that touch. Now you got your gorgeous light fixture hanging down here, massive wet room. Look at this. You got your freestanding tub, your champagne bronze shower head and shower valve right over there, massive shower niche. You got a picture window there, recessed light right above there. And you don't really have to worry about any spillage because of the way it is sloped and it's designed. So don't worry about that. But then you got the tile shower surround, water closet over there. And let's see how spacious our closet is. Okay, so they did add the closet island, as you can see, floor to ceiling shelving and rods. So for having one primary massive closet, I think this may do for you. And of course that is an assumption, but you got a window bench over here, some additional drawers, plenty of space. So if you haven't let me know, I encourage you to do so. Let me know what you think, what you're giving the plan itself. And like I said, you can go back to the channel. Gosh, I'd say it's close to a year last time we did a property out here in Dripping Springs, but you can go back through the catalog and find it and compare and contrast and see which one you like better. But I love that they added the additional door. And not only that, all three of them are the iron style door with the glass panes in there. Okay, so we've seen straight ahead, we've seen our primary suite. Now, let's go ahead and head to the left side where our bonus room is, which I know you're gonna appreciate. And I like to call it, let's say, a flex room, because if you wanna use it as a media room, theater room, game room, club room, all the above, you can do that. Okay, so I know I get comments all the time, they tell me, hey, it is a laundry room, but on the floor plan, the builders, they usually call it utility room. But if laundry room makes you feel better, let's go ahead and go with that. But now look at our massive laundry room here. You got a picture window there. Then you see you got your folding counter right above here. You got plenty of space for an oversized washer and dryer down there. And then completely painted just like the study was, but then you have that the wallpaper right there. And then you got marble countertops right over here. And then that wallpaper even extends and it's surrounding that perimeter of that picture window there. But you even have some more space. So if you want to add some, maybe a secondary refrigerator over here, you can certainly do that as well. Okay, so now heading over here, this is a full bath, zero threshold again. You see our marble countertops, but the black sconce, floor to ceiling, shower surround tiling with a little accent groove inside of there, and then some more recessed lights. Now this is technically classified as 1.5 stories, if you were wondering, but this will be our third bedroom here. Again, extremely spacious and roomy. And then that shared bathroom would be between, of course, the guests and over here. But if you want to use this as that multi-generational living, you can head straight over there from the garage, and then your in-laws can stay here, or any guests that you may have. So right up there is our staircase. We'll get to that in just a second. Right underneath the staircase, plenty of storage. You got your storage closet here. That even continues around this way. It's always funny because every time I go around this corner, I'm hoping I don't get hit with a surprise. I shouldn't be doing that while I'm turning on all the lights. I should check in every nook and cranny one day, but knock on wood, hopefully nothing gives me a jump scare. Okay, so again, 3-car garage here, tankless water heater, got an additional window right over there, and the glass upper windows over here. So a ton of natural light. In fact, I could have just left those lights off and you would have never known. You still could have seen everything in there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and head up here. So you will have the glass hand, or the iron handrails as we go up our staircase. Now you got a little nook area right over here. And heading into our bonus room, look at this. Wow. Goodness gracious. So the amount of folks that you can entertain in here is perfect. So if you did want to use this as a game room, which that's most likely what you're probably going to use it as versus a theater room, right? Just because of the abundance of room that you get. You can see 20, 25 people up here without any challenges, especially if you add some additional seating, right? But you see you got your L-shaped couch over here, but then you got a recessed area with a little counter space, you know, with your stools. You can entertain some folks. You got a nice little view out there too. And even with that vaulted ceiling design, really feels extremely spacious. Okay. So also, I love that they add these little staircase lighting here, illuminating the staircase. Okay. And sometimes, you know, when we go through those properties, I always try to be intentional and turn those on. And then when I'm going around to turn off the lights, once I'm done, then sometimes I'll see that they have that staircase lighting and I'm like, oh man, that would have been nice for the video. But look at that. You have the clear story windows as well towards the front facing and the in the back facing. Let me go ahead and get my shoes and then we'll head to the backyard and see what we have to work with. So again, if you haven't let me know, please do let me know your thoughts about the plan, whether good or bad. I appreciate it all. Okay, so now heading to our backyard patio. Again, you see the cedar soffit, then you have the cedar columns as well. Then back here, you will notice the siding along with the natural stone over here. Then as I pan you to this side, you even have a Thor built-in stainless steel grill. Look at that. I know you can appreciate that. And then the natural stone continues this way. So a nice aesthetic to the property. Really, I'm finding that the black trim and the black paint, as far as like, you know, whether it's board and batten or something like that, I'm finding that that's starting to be the trend, especially as we go throughout the country. I don't know how long that's going to last for, but y'all seem to definitely like it. And then you will notice the sod and the fresh mulch out here. And then you can see the board and batten extending over here. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful luxury home right here in Dripping Springs, Texas. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular property. Is this something you could see yourself living in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour.